Okay. I don't know if I'm weird or if everybody else does this too, but when I'm doing things, I'm constantly thinking up. Not constantly. I'm thinking up things to remind me of things. So I just did this hive here. Cleaned it all up, as you can see, all the wax and shit beside it. And the dead bees out there in front of it. So while I was doing that, I was looking at the brood pattern in the queen, from the queen, and wasn't fantastic on a couple of them, and then another one was decent. So just come up with a saying for myself to remember, sort of. And I'll show you in this one. Maybe we'll see what this one brings out. I have no idea, to be honest, what we're gonna find in this one. I don't know if this thing turns. Nope, doesn't. Okay. Try and get that to sit there. That's fun. Okay, might not happen. Might have to move it over a little. There we go. That's better. Okay, so what I came up with, just gonna take the wrap and stuff off of this one. This is one of my, this was that neglected one. I've shown it in a video before. Shouldn't say neglected, but it was just left on the ground. It's not on a skid or anything, it was just left directly on the ground. I think there might be some styrofoam underneath it. I thought this was a single, but it seems to be a single with a medium underneath it. That may be because they needed feed and I just added that to it. I don't remember it being like that in the winter, so I maybe just did it this spring or something. Anyway, came up with a thing, a saying that, you know the saying, never judge a book by its cover? Well, I've decided that in the spring, you should never judge a queen while it's undercover. So, as long as she has her winter cover on, I'm not going to make judgment on the queen. In the summertime, if the brood pattern is bad, lots of times you want to look at getting rid of that queen and replacing her with another one. Get off of me. Because a poor brood pattern will just, your populations won't go up fast enough. And anyway, this time of year, you don't know what's behind it. So it could be dirty cells, it could be brood getting chilled. There's a lot of things against it, right? So whereas the youngest bees usually clean out the cells, well, this time of year there is no younger bees. So it's, the older bees are doing what the younger bees would normally do. So, I don't know, maybe they're not doing as good a job. So, for me, it's going to be, my saying is going to be, never judge a queen when it's under cover. So when it has its winter cover on, I won't be judging my queens. I'll be waiting until after I take the covers off to judge them then, because by that time there'll be young bees in the hive, there'll be a nectar flow, there'll be pollen, there'll be everything that's needed to make everything work. The temperatures won't be low. So that's just me. I just come up with little things to help remind me about things. Anyway. What I'm doing here is I'm looking for the queen. I don't know if you can see that. Brood pattern's not great there, right? But my happy thing is there's a queen. I actually ended up meshing 4 yesterday because I found 4 queens that were missing. Was in a larger yard than this one for sure, but and I saved them by meshing them. Now they'll have a good queen, and the weaker boxes have been boosted. Basically, I'm going through, I'm going to find the queen. I'm going to put her on her frame out to the side of the beehive, and then I can go through and scrape everything off real well in here. And I'm probably going to get rid of that medium now. I know that there's enough food in the top. If the bees aren't in the bottom, that medium comes off to make it less space for them to keep warm, keep the brood warm easier. Here I'm talking, I didn't find her in the first pass, so I got to go back through a second time. She could have dodged down into the bottom box, who knows. But had a friend contact me from McKellar. He says, "Oh, look at my dandelions." Sends me a picture of 2 dandelions along a building. I'm just going, are you kidding me? I keep telling him he lives in like Florida of Ontario. Anyway, there's the queen here. Her mark's just about worn off. I don't know if you can see that or not. Right there. Mark's just about worn off. I know this is a good queen. She was a good queen last fall. But when I look at her pattern right now, it's not impressive. But, you know, I'm not going to worry about that, right? Not going to worry about it until we have lots of new bees, lots of nectar and pollen, so that everything can be going as well as possible. That's a brand new bee. There is some bees hatching out in this one. There's a new one over there. So that's good. Now, here's the queen again. Now the population that overwintered, they're going to be, woo, I was going to set that out to the side, wasn't I? They're going to be dying off, and actually they should be alive for a couple more weeks, but then they'll die off and all these new ones will take their place, and process carries on. Every 45 days these worker bees be dying, and she'll be producing more, and it just circulates out like that all summer, every 45 days. Except for the queen, she doesn't die that soon. Anyway, just thought I'd share that with you. Little saying: if they're undercover, don't judge the queen when it's undercover, or don't judge a book by its cover, is where I got the idea for that. Anyway, these girls seem to be doing okay, and talk to you later.